Evening, guys. Monday, the 11th of November, giving you the market outlook for the week. Um, Apologies for not doing a video on Sunday. I was looking at the charts and didn't really have anything significant in order to share or enough actual outlooks on pairs to share. So I decided to wait until Monday in order to deliver it to you. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start with the pound US. We had a significant push up today, but that was due to fundamental news with Boris Johnson receiving a boost in his election, with Nigel Farage saying that he's not going to contest the 317 seats won by the Conservative Party back in 2017. So this is what's caused the spike in pound pairs today. I do going off of technicals, with fundamentals being an excuse to move the market. If we're going off of technicals, I do believe that we should see a push lower. I do believe today's push higher to be short-lived. Just going off of what we can see, the charts being printed on the daily. To me, it looks like it's a mitigation play, so we could see a push further down lower to clear some of this lower liquidity. So yeah, on the daily, it does look bearish, as I was saying, and last week was a bearish week also. So with the structures being broken to bearish, I do believe, we should get some lower moves down. So tomorrow I will be looking at entry on this, just clarifying, what happened today at 10. So seeing the market consolidate now. Hopefully tomorrow we can see a pushback into these higher areas, and then we could get a move down. But like I said, I do expect that news earlier to just be short-lived. So you're just gonna hang about for this one to see what the market brings us, because there is a lot of liquidity below on the higher time frames that it hasn't yet reached. So yeah, pound pair to look out for is GU. Also, we have gold, which I have my eyes on as well. So gold has been dropping heavy since the start of the month. But we are anticipating a bullish run at some stage in regards to liquidity being grabbed, which it grabbed under here. There's also some imbalance filled, so I'm actually playing off of this last candle we got in August before this move up into the higher areas. So with price now filling that imbalance, I will be looking for entry as well on this. I've got an alert set just to see if we can get an entry tomorrow. Right now is not a good time to enter, as you already know. So we had the imbalance filled, and then we had a window where price seemed to shoot back up. So in my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going to play the setup either way, because there's enough criteria for me to take the trade. So yeah, we had a good reaction when it dipped into this imbalance, and then it's now moved away, and now it's consolidating. So if we do get a pushback into these areas, just showing you guys. So if we take that where it dipped in and we take this high, as you can see, it could play back into this last institutional candle. So that's a setup to definitely watch. I've got an alert set when it does start to, if it does start to go down into these areas. I could be wrong again, but that's where risk management comes into play. So I don't fear losing a trade. You shouldn't fear losing a trade if your risk management is fine. So, let's look forward to this gold trade, because there is a lot of upside potential. Don't get me wrong, there is lower liquidity, it can clear, but I'm not really convinced it's going to come all the way down here. Something's telling me it might look to reverse from this last candle as it is. So on the bigger picture, the daily time frame, just doing the big swing here. So this is the last candle before we got that bullish move all the way up. So into these higher areas. So we are into, 78, 88 region. So if it does breach here, then fine, I was wrong. So we look for another setup. But just how things are lining up, price being brought back into this last down candle, you know, and we had a reaction, as I was saying, we could get a move. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm still going to take the setup regardless. I have faith in what I'm seeing, what the charts are showing us. So gold is definitely one to be looking for. Um, we also have Euro USD. This one's a bit tricky, but I have noticed there is a little bit of a conjunction with gold as well, in terms of, you know, when this goes down, gold seems to be going down too. So don't get it twisted. It's not 100%, but it's just something that I've noticed when these charts are moving. They seem to move in sync. You know, with today also showing signs of, you know, a bit of a pushback higher. Although it's reacted off of the 50%, so I've got an alert set a bit lower. You know, it formed this double top here and then started to go down. So in my opinion, I'm not convinced of you know, all this liquidity being left here and liquidity being left here. So, you know, we could get a push definitely to this one to take this one out, and then maybe hopefully to take this one out also. But yeah, I will be waiting for price to come into kill zone areas for us to take an entry. So Euro USD, another one to watch for. Go into UJ. So, excuse me. Okay, UJ is a bit of a tricky one, but I do see, you know, I've had this set up for a little while now. And, you know, we've reached the 61% zone and we have had a bit of a reaction. But you know, I'm not fully convinced that we're going to get the move from where it is. I'm hoping for it to come to the psychological level of 110. And, you know, I'm looking to play off of this candle here. There is imbalance above, I'm aware of that, but, you know, it might not reach that. We have to wait and see. But I am in favor of higher prices being met. But, as you know, we are at a kill zone area and we are having a reaction. But in my opinion, with gold still continuing down, we should get a push higher on this before we get the reversal. So just depending on what it's doing, look out for that for sure. I'll be sure to update on this one, but we should get a move higher. We have, like I said, we've had a reaction of 61%, but not fully convinced that it's going to reverse from here. If it does, it's fine. I've got an alert waiting for price to come into these areas just to have a look and see if we get a reaction. So yeah, definitely another one to watch for. And also USD CAD. I'm not sure if you guys caught the employment rate news last Friday. I certainly did. So we got a push higher off of the news coming out, and then going off of this big imbalance that's left, I do expect a spike into this region before getting a reversal, or price could continue. But I'm not convinced of price reversing from where it is and leaving this gap. I would prefer this gap to be filled. So I am currently still in a buy for this. I'm in, I think I'm in 35, 40 pips profit from where my entry was last Friday. I'm not fearing a reversal yet. As I said, it could pull back but go higher. But I do believe that this area here, where it's left this big imbalance, it should get filled. So definitely another one to watch for as well. Last setup I have was on US oil. I don't really trade this, but I have been looking to start, you know, analyzing it properly. And this was that candle. I'm not sure if you remember back in September. For those who do trade oil, we had a big gap where the market gapped up with this huge candle, and then it started falling from there. So, you know, just going off of that on the 4 hour, look. I'm playing off of, I want it to come to higher prices basically, because I'm not convinced that we're going to get the reversal yet. I do believe this is all a correction. You know, me having, oh, before I had an alert, I'm going to put an alert just above the high it's made recently. Yeah, so playing the fib and also playing, you know, the institutional candles, I think we should get a move lower. Maybe the 58 region. I am looking at the 58 region in order to take out the 50 markets left, because we do have a lot of liquidity that, you know, hasn't been tampered with. So going off of the higher time frames, I think it's a correction personally, because we had that big move down, but we failed to actually make a new low. So I think we could get prices spiking a little bit higher into 61, maybe 70, the 70 kill zone. We should be getting some type of reaction and reversal from there. So definitely one to watch for. It's similar to the conjunction with US CAD. Those that do follow the CAD, yeah, oil is heavily correlated with the CAD. So I'm expecting a push higher just a little bit, and then we should get a reversal. So I will be looking to take this trade. But for those who are not familiar with trading oil, I wouldn't recommend it, because, you know, you do need to study it, because it is quite volatile. And risk management is definitely needed on this. It's very similar to gold, but it is lucrative if you do get a trade. So those are the setups I'm watching for this week personally. I'll be sure to update if I do get any more. Probably tomorrow, I might send some actual, I probably won't do a video, I'll probably send out some analysis where you can look at some NZD pairs, because on this coming week, I think it's Wednesday morning, we've got the interest rate for the New Zealand dollar. So that's sure to be something we should get a move definitely for that. We also have the Australian dollar the following day. Yeah, we have the Australian unemployment rate also. So that's they're in the morning. If you guys are up, you could look to catch an entry at that time. I know it's not normally the time to trade, but these are the times where they use fundamental analysis as the excuse. But you have to bear in mind, you know, they're halfway across the road also, so it's a peak time for them over in their economies, but not a peak time for us. But if you are looking to catch an entry, definitely try and stay up for these fundamental events, because they should present us with opportunities for entries. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'll be sure to update in the following day to come with some analysis in the Telegram. Yeah, be sure to look out for that and stay in tune. Hope you not have a great evening.